Dale Not Dale Podcast.
What up, Bonnie?
What up?
We're
We're
recording.
We're recording.
You got anything you want to say?
Nope.
Nothing?
No. But I was going to tell you about this crazy day I had.
Okay.
So I woke up this morning at 4:30 a.m. and I was like, there's like this noise in my closet, and I'm like, dude, I think the cat's in there.
Uh-huh.
So I walk in there, no cat. And I like move my clothes. I'm like, what is that scratching noise?
Yep. I'm intrigued now.
I stick my head in there, and then like I find this shirt at the bottom, and on that shirt it says, "We're back."
That was a long way to say we're going to sell merch with a shirt that says "We're back" on it. How'd you find it? We ain't made it yet.
I know. It was I don't know.
Man, this is awesome.
I think somebody sent it to our P.O. box.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
P.O. Box 88.
P.O. Box 88.
If you want to send us anything, just send it there.
Yeah.
It's on our website.
We'll wear it.
We actually got a new website coming up.
Oh, I saw the preview today.
We got a preview today from our boy Vito, our art director of the show, and looks good. We got a few things we're going to add to it. I can't wait. One thing we're going to add is a sponsors tab.
Yep.
And speaking of sponsors, we should give a shout out to Good Ranchers, the fine folks there that are our show presenter. Use our code
D&D Pod at goodranchers.com for $20 off your first order.
Yep. And if you use that code within the month of April, you'll get free bacon for a year.
1.5 pounds per box.
Yeah, man, I love their bacon, dude.
It is.
So good.
I like to pig out on it.
Oh. That's a good one.
If it wasn't, that'd be oinky.
Wow. That was weird.
Yeah.
I like it.
That felt weird.
So, yeah, goodranchers.com. Them guys, like I said, man, I love subscribing to them. The meat's great. Get free bacon. I love that. Come straight to your door. And, it's just great food. Family can enjoy it. It's stuff that you feel good eating.
Really is.
All from the USA, man.
I actually am. I've got a little bit left, and it's about a new box time.
I got some ground meat I need to make some burgers with.
I still have a little bit of burgers left.
Burgers are good. I killed the steaks, dude. Golly, those things are
money. It is.
I call them money.
Is that what you call them?
Yeah.
Do you make that same face?
Every time I eat them.
Oh, money.
Yeah. So, So goodranchers.com, D&D Pod. Use our code, please. Help us out. Help out our sponsor. We'll have them on our website. We're working on that. So we need to get with them, get some stuff for that.
And more importantly, help yourself out and beat the meat inflation.
Exactly. Ben told us he's going to get us some Good Ranchers merch. So maybe we should get some and see if we can get some extra and do like some giveaways.
Yeah, I like giveaways.
We'll do some giveaways.
I like giving away things that I didn't pay for.
I'm not paying for it. You know me.
Oh, no, you don't pay for anything.
Hey, we got a fun episode today, man. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
This is a big get.
Dude, this is a big get.
It's the first person we've had on our show that's faster than us.
Oh, indeed.
Allegedly.
And we don't really know, but I would say he's probably maybe a little
he's faster on paper.
Yeah.
Just because
And like on TV, he might be faster.
Yeah, but I'm not running on TV.
I know, but I think in real life, we probably got him.
I think we can.
He looks like a video game on ESPN, and I don't think it's true.
How can you run that much muscle? I do it every day. But how do you?
I don't have that much muscle.
So we have Austin Ekeler.
Austin Ekeler.
From the Chargers.
Not the San Diego Chargers, but the Los Angeles
Chargers. He is the starting running back. This dude is a stud. He's been like the rushing touchdown leaders like the last 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So, this dude's doing it. He's not just a running back in the NFL. Like, he is one of the guys.
Yeah.
So we got to get him on, and we got to try to help to get him paid, man. I think this is the last year of his contract. So.
We're starting a petition.
We'll start a petition, man. We got to get him on.
Yeah.
Got to get him paid.
We do. Maybe we need to chunk some money at him. Okay, let me rephrase. Maybe I need to chunk some money at him.
Yes, just put my name on the card.
Of course. Yes, absolutely.
He does have a foundation. We can donate when we sell some merch. Maybe we can sell. We can do a thing. Give some to his Austin Ekeler Foundation.
Yeah, his foundation is really cool.
Yeah.
I read a little bit about it.
Yeah, so we're gonna ask him about all that, man. We're gonna ask him about football, where he grew up, how he started, how's it feel to be beaten by two middle-aged white guys in a race. We can smoke him.
I guarantee it. I'm not even worried about it. No, I'm more so worried about him being worried about it.
Dude, this is gonna be so embarrassing when he goes to camp and they're like, "Dude, we saw that race with you and Dylan Vaughn.
Yeah,
We got to talk."
we got to talk. This way you're not getting paid and they are.
They can just bring us on as a three-headed monster.
Yeah. I don't really want to play that many games.
Yeah, I just want to dress out.
Yeah. I want league minimum.
Yeah. So that's cool, man. Austin Ekeler, huge get. I got connected to him through a mutual friend of a friend somehow. He's got a new app that I got on personally. I think we need to probably get one for the podcast as well.
Yeah.
We'll see what that looks like. Just so we can have more experiences.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to get on there and I'm going to order stuff from myself to sign.
Just to make it look like we're getting orders.
Oh, dude. Of course. I'm not above that.
Fourth one this week.
Fourth one this week. Yeah, got to transfer some money from savings to checking.
Maybe we can do an experience where they pay to be a podcast guest. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. Like
a 5-minute deal. Like
what about like a Dale date?
Dude, we gotta fly. Then we gotta fly somewhere.
Were you scared?
Are they paying for us to fly there?
It's all how you set up your account, from my understanding.
Well, I mean, this might win a date with Tad Hamilton.
But the good thing is, even if we had to pay for our own flight, we could film the content, and then we would get paid from the content.
It'd be gold.
See, I got it all figured out.
We got
Sometimes being cheap isn't the least expensive option.
Well, I don't know. But we do have Austin Ekeler from the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yep.
NFL running back stud.
Yes.
That can beat us in a race, allegedly.
Supposedly.
We'll ask him about that. But, yeah, man, I'm excited about this.
Me too.
So I think we need to get him on and see what this fella's up to.
Let's put in the music right here.
Here?
Or maybe right here.
There.
Uncle Dale and Vaughn with stories to unfold. So sit back, relax, and behold. We discussing life and all its ups and downs. Tune in from your side of town. Talking pop cultures, movies, and TV shows. Giving the thoughts and much more. This shit is style, clothes, and gadgets galore. Keeping you entertained, you'll be begging for more. Cause we gon' laugh and hey, maybe even crying. But one thing's for sure, you'll be smiling. Cause Uncle Dale and Vaughn are at your side. So come along, join, and let's ride.
They bring the heat, and the guests are supreme. They ain't just a duo.
Good. All right, let's get started, man. What's going on? We got Mr. Austin Ekeler on from the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yes, indeed.
What's going on, man?
Oh, just stacking bricks out here, man. It's off season right now, so I'm just building as much as I can.
Well, this is Vaughn, my co-host. He's not Dale. I'm Dale.
Oh, what's going on, man?
Oh,
glad you're here.
Yeah, likewise, man. Likewise. Looking forward to it.
I've been excited about this for about a week and a half now.
Heck yeah, man.
So off season, hey, recently, real quick, talking about off season football, we just recently played in a celebrity golf tournament in Phoenix for the Super Bowl weekend, and we played with Jeff Darlington, which I'm sure you're familiar with from ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
And we played with Charles Woodson, which was awesome.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's what's up.
And he owes
How'd you guys do?
I mean, Charles Woodson and Jay Feely both owe me and Vaughn $40. So
they were gonna pay it, but we were like, no, you're gonna take this one to the grave.
Yeah. So man. Yeah. So how's all season for you?
Man, it's been all over the place. Really, there's a lot of working out, but then it's time for me to really get out and start expanding myself. And so I now have my foundation that's doing a couple projects. Obviously, have my app experience that just launched, 4 or 5 months ago, and then continuing to put out content and pretty much grow connections and things like that. And so I'm also looking to get into some more motivational speaking. So I've teamed up with a coach in that aspect as well, and just really want to continue to bring value to people across the nation and the world.
This so one of the things I was reading about your foundation. So can you kind of explain, or what it does and things like that?
Yeah. So the motivation behind even starting it was because when I was younger, I didn't have the best resources growing up, but I had enough. And I wanted to make sure that the communities that don't even have the resources to get themselves going, at least I can do my part to provide some of those. And some things like washers and dryers, things you would never even expect, right? Up in California, there's a neighborhood elementary school system. There's like 5 schools where one of the biggest reasons that they're not going to school is they don't have clean clothes, access to cleaning supplies and things like that. So now, right, they can do their laundry at school, right, with washers and dryers that we implemented. We're building some weight rooms. That was a big one for me growing up. Just having access to a weight room, it was a way for me to get away, to learn physical, mental toughness, social skills, things like that. So it's some fun ones we've been doing. And then equipment. We've been putting equipment back to the community as far as school supplies, sports things. And so it's really putting resources, tangible, physical things that you can use to better yourself. And so that's what we've been doing. We're we're renovating a school right now in Compton, and then also building a weight room in Long Beach.
And now a quick word from our sponsor.
We're a few months into the year already, and if you haven't changed the way you buy your meat yet, you really need to. Let me tell you 3 reasons I personally subscribe to Good Ranchers. First off, they're giving free bacon for a year. That's a $240 value. That's a pound and a half of bacon in every box. Go get yours at goodranchers.com while I tell you about it.
This bacon tastes so good, it's because their pork is made the right way. The pigs are never in crates, which happens way too often on factory farms. Good Ranchers never uses antibiotics or adds any hormones, and their pork is from heritage breeds that have historically produced the best pork in the world.
Reason number 2 to subscribe to Good Ranchers is that you lock in your price when you subscribe. My grocery bill would go up every week if it weren't for Good Ranchers. I consistently get the same quantity and quality meat every single time, so subscribe and enjoy the security of their price lock guarantee today.
Finally, you should subscribe because everything they sell is so good. Their all-natural burgers, USDA prime steaks, and better than organic chicken have changed my standard for great meat, and it will change yours too. Head to goodranchers.com and use my code DNDPOD for $20 off your box. Get free bacon, great meat, a secure price, and a bonus $20 off at goodranchers.com. Make sure you use our code DNDPOD when you subscribe. That's awesome.
So where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
So I am from originally Colorado. Yep, from Colorado, and was there. Went to college, went to high school and college there. I went to Western Colorado University. My head coach just calls it college because no one knows where that is. But it's a small school, man, up in the mountains in Colorado. Did a lot of ice fishing, a lot of hiking and rafting up in Gunnison, Colorado, a little tourist town where there's a random college up there. That's where I got my education, and then went and played football.
Nice. Hey,
Yeah.
one of the things that I had was kind of interested in. So when you went to, it's Western Colorado, right?
Yep.
Okay. For some reason, I had it as Western State. But.
Yeah, they changed the name, so it's Western Colorado University now. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Oh, see, it's getting bigger.
Yeah. I don't know if that's because it's Who knows?
So when you were there, I guess going in and playing football, obviously it being a D2 school, was the end road NFL, or in your mind was it you were just playing for fun and then that just became a thing, or was that?
Well, I wasn't necessarily.
That's what you wanted?
I wasn't just playing for fun. I was really playing to pay for my education, because I thought that's what my next opportunity was going to be, was in my education. I was going into business. I was going into energy management, so I was going to work in some type of oil and gas field and out there in Colorado on the business side. And so I actually had an internship with Noble Energy as a landman. Basically, you're the middleman between the company and the private mineral owners, right?
Yep.
So Yeah. So that's what I was doing for a summer. And in D2, you don't get full rides like you do in like D1, where you get like 86 full rides per program.
Yeah.
Like that's not a thing. Like they just give you like, hey, we're gonna give you. I think my scholarship starting out was like $4,000 a semester, something like that. And so that's what I had to pay for everything. So had some left over at the end because $8,000 isn't gonna pay for college. And so was really just focusing on trying to increase that. And the way you did that was all American, all conference, all of those. And so that's exactly what I did. And I wasn't really focused on the NFL at all. That wasn't even in my mind. I didn't even think about the NFL. It was really just, okay, let's continue to play well so I can get more money to pay for school, and then that will probably be an opportunity for me. And I did that well enough to actually get an opportunity to go get a chance at an NFL team.
So at what point did you know, wow, the NFL's within reach? I mean, was that your junior year?
I didn't until I made a team, but because for me, like I said, I was focused on school and really in football, just to continue to pay for my education. But really, I started having success. I started as a freshman, was like freshman offensive player of the year, right? Academic All-American, and then basically hit that every single year. Offensive player of the year, academic All-American, All-American. I was like runner-up for like the D2 Heisman twice, and so was having success, and so didn't really know that I was getting recognized at the NFL level because we never had anyone that had any interest from the NFL before me. So I didn't see like, oh, these guys are scouting one of our seniors on the team. And so I see scouts around. Like that wasn't a thing. And so when I became a senior, there was scouts around. They were watching me practice. They're out there interviewing me. They're like taking me in and watching film with me. And I'm like, okay, this is an actual real opportunity that I have never even seen, never knew anything about. I didn't really grow up watching the NFL. I grew up watching professional bull riding. And so it's like for me,
Colorado for you.
Yeah, that's Colorado for you. This is a whole new world, man. And so I'm getting acclimated to this, and then, that's when it really started to become a real opportunity for me, and where I was really starting to think about it when scouts started showing up to my practice.
So did you ever ride a bull?
I've ridden 3 bulls in my lifetime, and that's
you going 8 seconds?
Not for me. I never got 8 seconds, and so that's yet to be done. That will never be done in my lifetime by myself.
You would think it would only take you 1 bull to ride to not have to do it.
Yeah.
But here you are, riding it 3 times.
But when you grow up in a cowboy household, right, watching it, growing up around it, horses, I grew up on a small ranch out in Colorado. That was just what we did, hunting, fishing, riding horses, riding bulls. That's what you did. Play some sports here and there.
Well, that sounds like a fun childhood.
Yeah.
So I'm from Louisiana.
Well, you learn how to work, that's for sure. Those are the highlights of it. But there's a lot in between that is pretty grueling for sure. Building a lot of barbed wire fence, was one of my go-tos that we had to do that really taught me how to work hard. And it was a household where there was really no excuses, right? It was get it done and get your ass whooped. Like, this is how. Yeah. That's just that country life, So that's what I grew up in.
I'd have never made it.
Yeah, Vaughn don't like to get dirty.
No, calluses. I'm scared of calluses.
So he's from Texas. I'm from Louisiana. We both live in. We're south of Houston now. So like I said, we grew up in the South where I had buddies that did rodeo and stuff like that. I didn't do it. I was scared of snakes too. I didn't go in the woods. I didn't hunt until I've gotten older. Now we go hunting with customers. I'm in the oil and gas industry, which that's kind of a part of it. Entertainment, that's a part of it. So, but yeah, we didn't grow up riding bulls, but we grew up going to Houston.
You've been around it, so it's not too foreign for you. Because I get out to California, people are like, what? Like that? People do that? It's like, yeah, that's the thing.
What's funny is so living in Texas, we always hear, oh yeah, y'all rode horses to school, right? So nobody rides horses to school in Texas. But when I went to college at Oklahoma State. And I'll tell you what, people ride their horses to high school in Oklahoma. Oh, everybody was telling me, oh, yeah, we used to ride our horses. There was horse parking.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, my God, y'all went to class
different
smelling.
Lifestyle for sure.
Yeah.
Went to class smelling like horses.
Oh,
yep.
Man. I had buddies that come to school with like freaking squirrel tails on their pants and stuff with them hunting squirrels in the morning. I'm like, I just wasn't about that.
Nothing like a good meal of tree rat.
Yeah, no, we didn't have a lot of any of that.
So what part of Colorado were you in?
We were in Weld County, so it's top northeast side. So out in the plains, out by Nebraska and Wyoming. So
Okay.
not in the mountains. I didn't go to the mountains until college, and so we're out in the flatland. A lot of agriculture, right? A lot of fields, oil and gas everywhere, farmland, things like that.
So how was your high school career, man? Did you play multi positions, being a stud?
Yeah, man. So just coming through high school, we're at a small one stoplight town, like 4,000 strong. Eaton, Colorado, one of those towns you kind of drive through. Now it's a lot bigger. I think they got 2 stoplights now, so they're on the rise. But back then, man, it was like I told you, like a small farm town, like onion fields and cornfields all around it, and kind of just grew up with everyone there, right? We all stayed there, like the same group that I went to kindergarten with, I graduated with.
Yeah.
So I knew everyone's family. They knew my family, right? It was a sports town too, so that's why I kind of got acclimated to normal sports and not the cowboy life, kind of transitioned there. And then, yeah, man, so I played basketball, track, and football. And football, I pretty much dominated. I only played running back. My coach told me, he's like, hey, if you're going to get hurt, you're going to get hurt playing running back. And so, which was good because I was scoring like 4 or 5 touchdowns a game. My senior year, I had like 43 touchdowns and like 2,000 rushing yards,
That's cheat mode.
So here's the thing. When you're at a small school, what do you got to do? You better be dominating, right?
Yeah,
that's how you get noticed.
That's true.
Guess what? That's exactly what I was doing, but apparently wasn't enough because I didn't have anyone from the Division I or Division I AA come even try to even look at me, even though I was going to camps and stuff like that, but no one would touch me. And so finally, Western came to me and like, hey, we want you to come play running back for us, and that was the only offer I ended up getting. But yeah, high school, man, dominated, played
43 touchdowns.
43, yeah, it's about 4, 5, 6 a game. Yeah,
Yeah, that's unheard of where we're from.
You lucky I wasn't a linebacker then. I would have got you. You'd have 40 instead of 45.
I would have been the kicker.
I would have been the running back and the linebacker and the quarterback. You're everything in those towns, right? Because you're playing other teams that also have like 4,000 people in the town, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, whoever's stud versus the other stud,
I would have just played punter. I wouldn't play any other position.
I was also the punter.
There you go.
So did you? Who was a stud you played against? Any studs that went to NFL that you played against in high school?
Ooh, no. Not from any other school.
So they weren't that good.
Crazy enough, though, one of my best friends, his name's Trent. He's been in the league for like 5 years now. We graduated K through 12 together. He was a tight end for us, but then transitioned to long snapper. And now he's been the long snapper for the Raiders and just got picked up by the Cowboys. So we graduated together. We've been in the league together for a few years now. And then there was another guy before us. He was like maybe 5 years older than us. Also was in the NFL. Mitch Unrein. He was a defensive end. Played for like 8-9 years. So for whatever reason, that small town was putting out a couple NFL guys.
Dude, long snapper's got to be a great position.
It's a great position.
God.
Yeah, it's a lot of time on your hands, that's for sure. There's not a lot of expectation. You have one job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't screw it up.
I call them scarecrows because basically they snap the ball, then they don't have to go down and do anything. They're just scaring the returner or whoever has the ball to the other guys, right, that are supposed to be making the tackles. So you literally just snap it and then jog down the field, and then you're good. So yeah, it's not a bad gig.
That's the position I want.
I
I don't want anybody to touch me.
Then that's definitely that or quarterback, because those guys can't get touched and they get paid $50 million a year. So,
Speaking of quarterbacks, you got a heck of a one to backfill with you, man. You got a stud with you.
Yeah, man. Jay Herb, man, he's been growing. He's obviously younger, but definitely finding his way real quick. We got to help him out, man. He's given us an opportunity to go and make a good run, but like I said, we got to help him out. We got to be more consistent. I remember just last year, right? Last year we ended 27-0.
Oh,
we ended up
man.
losing the game versus the Jags. Terrible finish. And I know I'm still hungry from that, man. I can't wait to get back into training camp because that's all I'm going to be. I'm going to be just bringing that energy back. I want everyone salty the entire year because we freaking made it all that way, right? Put all that season in, all that work, and then freaking lost after being up 27-0
That was
in the
tough.
playoffs.
I got a good buddy I need to give a shout out to. My friend, I got a friend named Jordan Fleming. He lives in Napa. He's a winemaker, but he's a big Chargers fan. And so I messaged him, said I was going to have you on. He couldn't believe it. And he's like, man, he goes, Chargers need to pay that man. That's what he told me. He goes,
yes, man. Sheesh.
he loves you. He loves you though. I was like, man, I'll give you a shout out. His name's Jordan, so Jordan's a big
Jordan,
fan, man.
What's up? Yeah, tell him I said what's up. I appreciate the love, man.
He said he'll try to negotiate for you. He wants you there.
Thanks, man. I need everyone to start a petition. You know,
dude,
let's
hey,
get this thing out.
we're gonna be on. I'm gonna get Darlington to put this on ESPN for us.
Yeah, we're gonna text him, tell him to put it on ESPN. And don't worry, you always got a spot down here in Houston for the Texans. I mean, good luck on winning, but
yeah.
Hey, look, for me, it's about principle at this point. Like, the money is great, but it's like, hey, like I'm one of the top guys in the league as far as running backs. Like, how can I not get a multi-year deal here? It's kind of crazy, and not just me, but how can Saquon Barkley not get one? Josh Jacobs, right? Tony Pollard. Like, how are we not getting multi-year deals? You know, they're trying to put 1-year deals on us, and so, something's not right. Let's just say that in the running back market.
Yeah.
So, who's your favorite running back growing up? Like when you started, I guess you found that position, and you probably
that was just what I played ever since flag football. I didn't watch anybody. Like I told you, I didn't watch the NFL. I didn't watch college really. I just played, and that was what I was best at. I was one of the fastest guys out there. Funny story, my first ever like flag football game, I'll never forget this. I was playing left guard, and we called the pass play. And so I thought it was pass. I'm just a tiny guy. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm pass, so you're supposed to go up for a pass. So I went out as a left guard and caught the ball from the receiver and scored a touchdown. And after that, I never played left guard again. And so from then I was just, all right, how do we get the ball in Austin's hands?
Yeah.
And I just run all over the place.
Austin,
Same thing I do now.
Like, who's your favorite athlete growing up? He's like Lane Frost. He wasn't even a football player; he was a bull rider.
Yeah, Chris Shivers, man. Chris Shivers, my guy.
That's hilarious.
So now
Hi Murray, those guys.
So now that you're obviously experienced in the football realm, who tells, like, what's the most you get from a person that you resemble, or a running back that you resemble that's played in the NFL? Who says what's your style?
Like, see, it's so different because we're all so different. Like, yeah. Look, well, you got guys like Derrick Henry, right? Derrick Henry,
God.
At 6'3", 255, right, plays the same position I do at 5'8", 195.
Yeah.
So it's like, he's a foot taller than me,
He's
damn
huge.
near. It's like, and just a huge, he's a fridge. Not the fridge, but just that big, right? He's got broomsticks for arms, just stiff arms everybody into the freaking next week. And it's like, okay, well, that works for him, but the things that work for me aren't going to work for anybody else. So really, it's like, what makes you unique, right? Like that's what's so special about the running back position, and how well can you do it? How efficient can you do it? How often can you do it? And so for me, it's like, I feel like I'm really good at being in the right spot, right time. I don't make mistakes. I'm making the right cuts at the right timing, right? I don't drop balls. I have good route running, right? Crisp routes, right? Crisp cuts, and that's what makes me efficient, right? I'm not out here bulldozing everybody, right? There's physics that play a part in the game of football, and these guys are all 100 pounds more than me, and so it's not like I'm trucking everybody like some of these other guys, but I'm just efficient with how I move, and allows me to, right, get touchdowns, right, move forward. That's why I led the league in touchdowns for the last few years. It's like, efficiency in the red zone. Well, there's not much place to go besides get in the end zone, and so that's what I've been doing. That's why I got 38 touchdowns, in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
It's that easy. It's that easy, right? Yeah.
It's not. It's so. Here's the thing. It's simple, but not easy.
Yeah.
Simple, but not easy. Just be efficient and just be in the right spot and do the right things at the right time. Yeah, sounds easy, right?
Yeah.
No, because everyone's trying to do that, right? You have to do it better at a higher level than them and anticipate, right, what type of front it is, what type of scheme they run, how are you going to cut off of it, right? Are you going to be able to make a guy miss? You can have a one-on-one here or there, right? There's all these things that got to be, right, the decisions made in the split second, right? And so as you get older, you start to understand the game more. It starts to slow down for you mentally, and then you get to start to be one step ahead, and it allows you to continue to get better. And that's how I think I've been progressing over these last few years, is because I've been getting smarter as a player. Not because I've been getting faster, bigger, stronger. I'm pretty much the same as I was my rookie year, but it's because I understand the game more, and it's allowed me it's allowed me to open up and actually just be in better spots and better situations, where it gives me more opportunities to make more plays. So
I think it's the same way with any pro sport, like even baseball. You see it, like they say, the game's like kind of slowed down for you. I guess you're seeing it different. That's probably with your age and
It's all the mental part.
Yeah,
it's never physical. Physically, it never slows down. Right, that'll catch up with everybody.
Yep.
But mentally, it does.
That's what I mean. Mentally, it just kind of slows down for you to where you understand it more. You I guess you know your ability in routes. So I mean that's the biggest
Right.
thing.
Well, it's like, for instance, like, when you're running wide zone, you got to, I'll say some technical words. You got a 3 technique to your side, right? That means there's someone between the guard and the tackle, right? And so now it's like, okay, I'm probably peeking that guy, and if he plays out, then I'm probably cutting back in, right? If he plays in, I'm probably staying on my track and going out, right? Little things like that, as a rookie, you're not really able to process because you're kind of just trying to do your steps and doing that stuff, right? And so you start to add layers onto what you understand in the game, and it makes you more efficient, right? And it makes the greats the best. That's why Tom Brady was the GOAT, right? Because he can get the ball out of his hands immediately because he know where he was going to go. He had that anticipation. And if you look at all these other great quarterbacks too, it's the same thing for them,
That's what I tell everybody that asks me about football. Exactly what you just said.
Yeah, there you go.
Almost verbatim.
That 3 technique always gets me
man,
every
it's
time.
important. As a running back, you got to know that.
And it's hard. It's hard to catch somebody who can run a 5.2 40 as well.
You can't run a 5.2, dude.
I can run
No chance.
5.3.
Ooh, sounds like a challenge.
I think
All
a
right.
5.3.
All right, we're gonna do one. I'm gonna do it on our YouTube channel. Me and you're gonna race 40.
Okay, done.
Hey, speaking of 40, so you did a 4.43 at the combine? Is that what I read?
So I didn't go to the combine. I did a pro day at CU.
Okay.
Yeah, because up in the mountains, there's a lot of snow out there during the spring, so I wasn't able to do like a pro day.
Okay.
So I had to go to CU. But yeah, 4.43. Had it 41-inch vertical. Basically, at my pro day, everyone was trying to figure out what was wrong with me. Right, because they were asking my coach, they're like, why is this guy D2, right? If he's this good, like, is he getting arrested? Is it his grades, right? Is he making bad decisions? He's not educated, he's not smart, right? Like, what's wrong with this kid? And so none of that checked out, right? I think what was overlooked was the things that you can't measure, right? So it makes sense that I got overlooked because I had a deeper passion that was beyond the game of football. I kind of really just became obsessed with continuing to better myself regardless of the opportunity, and not just bettering myself like, oh, I'm going to try hard. Like, no, I become obsessed with it and immerse everything in my energy to make this work. And so that's what was really overlooked, and that's why I was overlooked, I think, going into college as well. And then when I got into my opportunity, they kind of was able to see that and feel my energy and feel how much effort I actually put into this stuff. And so once I got into camp, right, I was sixth string. There's no sixth string ever that makes it in the NFL roster. Yeah. But what separated me was literally I was always ready for my opportunity. And when I did get my opportunities, even though it was a few, I would capitalize and I did my job. Right, it wasn't like I was doing anything crazy, making these crazy plays, but I did my job consistently to the point where coaches were like, oh, yeah, we can put Austin in, we trust him. And then eventually I started making plays when I got my opportunities later on. But that's why I got overlooked, and that's what I think separated me at my pro day was like, okay, I checked off all the boxes. Yep, athletically, he's there. And so it's like, okay, so this guy, he's got what it takes, right? Let's give him an opportunity. And then I finally got the opportunity to go show the things you can't measure, right? My heart, my dedication, my commitment to it. And that really started to play out when I actually got in front of the coaches and everybody, because you can't measure that on paper. And so that's what's carried me to this point, right? I was a sixth string undrafted guy, coming out of Western Colorado. Now I've been starting for the past 3 years, led the league in NFL and touchdown. No one even knew I came out of nowhere, man. Now I've been leading the league in touchdowns for the last 2 years, about to do it for a third. That's the goal anyway. And so it's like, for me, I don't know how far I'm going to push this. I don't know. I never knew I was going to be here. But guess what? It's that same mentality that I had when I came in my rookie year, is that I'm going to immerse myself in everything that I have as far as energy is going to go into this opportunity to see how far we can take it.
Dude, I'm getting hyped up. I want to try out.
I'm calling Texans right now.
I bet I can run a 5.1 right now.
Hey, you're this will be your last year of top touchdowns. I'm coming after you. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna put that as I'm gonna recite this whole thing as my quote.
Yeah,
they're gonna sign me.
There you go. There you go. Hope you reach new heights, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
So hey, in the sales world I'm in, we talk about in any profession, it's about grit and tenacity and process. That sounds like that's what really drove you. You got to have a process. I know you're known as the pound for pound, like the strongest guy. I read a lot about that. I see some of your crazy workouts. So I mean, it's got to contribute to what you're doing.
Yeah, man. I kind of talked about it, but like for me, especially when it came to football, because it was such a big opportunity, and I've kind of carried that same mindset that I had when it was really like, it wasn't just like I'm going for this. Like it was like, no, like how do I tap into like my survival instinct and make sure that Austin Ekeler is putting every piece of actual energy that he can into this, so that when I'm done, I'm like, there's nothing else I could have done. That was everything. Yeah. That was absolutely everything, and there was nothing else. Right? Let's go beyond. I don't want to just try hard. I want it to be like, hey, your life depends on this, because this is going to affect the trajectory of your life. right? And it's either going to be for the better or for the none. And so you got to get it done, right? And you put yourself in that circumstance and that mindset, you'll move a mountain, and you'll do it with everything you got, and there's no holding back. And so I remember, man, I used to be so stressed because I didn't know. It was this unknown, right? I never moved up on the depth chart, right? I was always sixth string. I never moved up. I remember sitting down with my coach one time, man. I started tearing up. I was crying because I cared so freaking much, and I was trying so hard, and then I didn't see any results. He's like, look, man, this is how the NFL works. Like, I got to get these guys other reps. When you get stuff, you got to be ready. And that's exactly what it was, because I was so prepared. I was so ready. I was so locked in on this being everything. And I remember to this day when I actually made the team, my role was special teams. Yeah, no one follows special teams or watches that stuff, but for me, that was my livelihood. And so that's what I treated it like. And so one of my favorite stats to this day is I led the entire NFL in tackles on punt my rookie year. My favorite stat, because that was me getting out there just running for my life.
God.
Right? I'm running for my life, just trying to tackle people. I never played special teams ever. If I was getting hurt playing running back.
Yeah.
Right? Remember I told you that.
Yeah.
So I'd never done this before. But guess what? That was everything I had to do. That was my job. Go get it done. And so yeah, guess what I did? I put everything into doing everything I could to possibly try to go get it done, and I did. Right? And it gave me another opportunity. And that's literally that same mindset that continues to take me. So those are my principles that I live by. The principles that I live by are, guess what? You can't control the results, but you can control is immersing yourself into opportunities and becoming that opportunity as far as learning about it, knowing the people that have done it, talking to them, right, practicing it, right, visualizing it, all of these things that are going to help you, right, when that time comes, be ready to actually go out there and effectively do it. Right, that's my principle, right? Where it's like, let's live by the fundamentals of the process, and then the results will play out how they play out.
You should be a motivational speaker.
I think you should. Hey, the funny thing is, I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna take that whole excerpt you just had, and I'm gonna run that at the next sales meeting that I have. That was
Absolutely.
motivational. I want to go build something.
I want to run through a wall.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the best part about it. I didn't even get to the best part. The best part is, guess what? Even if it doesn't play out, well, first off, let's talk about if it does. If it does play out, guess what? Great. Because now you can go right and start building on that and start building that to opportunity. But if it doesn't, the fact that you were able to apply that much energy and that much of you as a resource to that, right, shows that you can commit to things, right? And now if it doesn't work out in this, you're going to gain skills from that experience, whether that's learning from people, learning about yourself, right? How to communicate, educating yourself around just the atmosphere, no matter what you're doing, right? And now you can apply this to the next opportunity, right? And eventually you're going to catch some traction because you're continuing to build up your floor, right? The value of yourself is increasing, even though you might not be getting the result you want. You're becoming more valuable because you're learning. You're able to apply new things. You're trying new things. You're meeting new people. And all of these different experiences that you're going through are something that someone is going to desire eventually, right? But you got to build up and you got to go through that. If you're not going through those and not trying new things, you're not building yourself up. So now you're not as desirable as someone who has been doing that. And so guess what? Even if it doesn't play out like you want to, in my book, there's no way to lose. There's no way to lose if you're able to apply yourself like that.
I'm gonna add that into the sales meeting too.
Yeah. All right, Austin, just keep going, dude. We got
Dude, I love that, man.
Oh man, no, dude, that's so true. Like, yeah, for sure. Like, you're building value. That's the biggest thing you got to do for yourself. I mean, you want to be valuable. It may not be where you're at, but learn everything you can to where you may be more valuable somewhere else because of what you learned from before. You know, that's
even if it was through failure.
Yeah.
You know,
Learning from failure for sure.
Dang, dude, yeah, you should be an motivational speaker. I think that you're on the right
I
path.
told you I'm teaming up with somebody this offseason to help me get into that space.
Well, you don't need help. You just did it.
We all need help. You know, always chipping away.
Always
Even the
coaching.
professionals got coaches. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Dude, so LaDainian Tomlinson is one of my favorite running backs ever growing up. And, I mean, hell, you're playing at his former team. Have you got to be with him?
Yeah, all the time. He's around.
Yeah.
He's still around the Chargers, still hangs around the game, so I get to see him all the time.
Dude, he was so awesome.
He was.
I watched him in college, TCU. I mean, like, that's pretty cool. That's definitely a cool guy to bounce some ideas off for. I'm sure he can tell you a thing or two about football.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, just a good guy, man. Like, just the things that he's doing in the community, trying to just create better, like the same thing that I'm trying to do. He's trying to create better opportunities for people around the world, man. That's kind of how I've been really measuring success. It's like, how many lives can you positively impact, right? It might not be directly, it might be indirectly because of a result of what you're doing out there in the world. And so, like, the more you can do that, the more you can build your reputation, the more you can, utilize, the things you're doing, the more, access to things that you get, as long as you continue to bring value to people in different ways too. So he's definitely out there doing that. Ever since he's retired, he's been doing that. And so, yeah, I definitely look up to that for sure.
Dude's a stud.
Dude, that is awesome.
Hey, before we move on to some other things, we want to do a quick segment from our sponsor, Good Ranchers. It's so me and Vaughn are known as kind of being each other's doppelgangers. So one thing we like to ask our people on, like, okay, hey, who's your celebrity doppelganger? Who have you said you look like? And then we have one for you as well that we've decided on.
Nice. So one guy that, I don't know if it gets any better than this, but I've been mistaken for him. It's actually the running back for the Green Bay Packers, A.J. Dillon. And so I remember I was in the Bahamas one time. We were at like a NFLPA golf tournament, and some kids run up to me, AJ, like, aren't you AJ Dillon? And I was like, nah, man. But yeah, pull up AJ Dillon, and
I
pull
know who
him
he
up.
is, but I look at the picture of him.
So I could not tell you what AJ.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
I could not tell you what. Oh my.
There he is.
Oh.
I didn't know you played for Boston College, Austin.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Dude, that's freaky.
Yeah.
Oh man, normally we pick out somebody you look like better than somebody else would, and we're not. I don't think we're close.
I don't know if you're gonna beat that one.
Hey.
Dude, yeah, we're
good.
AJ Dillon. I know him by his legs, not his. I couldn't tell you what his face looks like, but,
Yeah.
but those
He got quads.
those thighs.
Yeah.
My God, they call him Quadzilla.
Well, that's like Saquon Barkley, dude. It's another.
For sure.
So ours for you was Swiss Beats.
Swiss Beats. Let me look this person up.
Look him up.
And then I've got one because we always have to have a second.
We always
guess.
have a stretch too.
We have.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it for sure.
I mean, hey, you're bigger than him, so
Yeah.
we'll give you that.
Well, he looks like he's kind of tall though, so he might have.
Yeah.
Hey, he is married to Alicia Keys, so that's a plus.
Oh, okay, that's a win.
And then I had Marlon Wayans.
Yeah, looks like you could pass for a Wayans brother.
Marlon Wayans.
Yeah.
Let me see this.
Specifically in Hot Chicks.
Yeah. He's got more hair on the top, you know.
Dude.
Well, one of the movies he doesn't
He
have
might have
any
shaved
hair.
it. He might have shaved it.
Hey, Swiss Beats is a good one, I think.
Swiss Beats is pretty good.
Yeah, I like Swiss Beats.
Yeah,
But,
so that's
but AJ Dillon's obviously,
Yeah.
it's actually your twin,
dude. That is
and your
weird.
running
My
backs,
lost cousin.
and you're
It was
playing.
funny. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying you're currently playing NFL, which is crazy, you know.
That's funny. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say actually. So I did a TikTok one time where I was like talking. I was like saying a riddle, and AJ actually duetted it and so it was like kind of like poking fun, like we look exactly the same, and it was like who's actually talking kind of thing. So we kind of play off of it every once in a while. I let him know when anyone calls me him. He lets me know when anyone calls him me. So it's a good time.
That's why our podcast is called Dale Not Dale. So y'all can start your podcast eventually.
There we go.
It was Austin Not Austin,
Yeah.
There we go.
and then
Nice.
that's y'all.
You're throwing out some facts here.
Dude.
That was our segment. So the other thing that I normally I ask this to a lot of people too. It's interesting to hear what everybody's answer is. If you're on death row, and
Death row.
yeah,
Oh,
death row.
I messed up.
He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I messed up."
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's
I messed up bad.
It gets dark in here. I mean, trust me. Sometimes it
okay.
gets dark. If you're on death row and you've got the rest of your life to live on death row, but you can only eat one meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, what would it be? And you don't. It doesn't have to be healthy. It's just whatever you want.
You're asking which meal? Like you're asking which meal?
What's your
but-
last meal?
But you have to say that
What is
you
my
have-
last meal?
Yeah.
My last meal is going to be king crab legs, a bunch of them, like a few pounds of the big one, not the little small ones, the big king crab
Okay.
legs. Some steak and spaghetti and meatballs.
Ooh.
What does no dessert?
Nah, I don't need the. Yeah.
Dude,
let's
they're
bring-
about to put you down. I mean, come on.
We'll bring some dessert too. We'll bring some. We'll throw it back to my grandpa back in those days of some root beer floats.
Oh, I love root beer floats.
God, I haven't had a root beer float in
my
so
favorite.
I know it's been a minute, but I would need to reminisce a little bit. Yeah.
Hey, so dude, you got some crazy workouts. It's funny today. I do CrossFit. I was at my gym, and I mentioned I was having you on, and one of the guys like, dude, that dude does some crazy calisthenics. Like, I have a buddy that does calisthenics a lot. So he talked about you, and he was impressed with how you work out, and we were talking about some of the YouTube videos we've seen of you.
Yeah, man, it's something that I used really to get away when I was younger. Like, working out was like a place for me to kind of just be myself, be with my friends, push myself. They pushed me, I pushed them. It was a good social atmosphere. My offensive coordinator was also our strength and conditioning teacher. And so he'd be in there, lifting with us, bringing energy. And so it was just a place where I found a lot of comfort in. And really it became just kind of a part of who I was and a part of my routine. And so I just continued to work out pretty much nonstop since my sophomore year of high school. And I remember a time my mom was asking me, she's like, Austin, like, she called me like, hey, where are you at? And I remember telling her I was at a Snap Fitness, but I was like, hey, I'm in here. I'm trying to become a millionaire. Like, I was just working, right? I was just working out. I didn't know what it was going to lead to, but I just knew I was working hard. And so it's never left me. Like, I still love getting in the gym. I have a trainer now. This is the first trainer I've really had for this amount of time, just because he gets it. He gets how I like to work. He knows that I want to be pushed. I only work one-on-one because I want someone to, like, physically break me down, like, make me want to quit. Like, that's where I want to be pushed, because I know if you do that, that's beyond what I would have done, right? And so usually every time I leave the weight room, I'm pissed off at him because he made me do one extra thing when I thought we were done, or one extra set or rep or something ridiculous, and I'm like, there's no way I can possibly do this, and he'll take me through it. And so, like, if you're able to do that, like, it helps you practice mental toughness. And if you practice mental toughness, man, like, shoot, you feel like you could take on anything. And so that's really what working out has become for me, over not even just my pro career, but back in high school, back in college. I actually got in trouble with me and one of my groups in college because we used to work out too much. I don't know what that meant, but we were in the weight room after hours, definitely in the rec weight room, always working out, getting the extra arms in, extra chest, core, all that stuff. And it just stayed with me. And so for me, right now I'm insanely compact and have all this strength, but it's been second nature, because that's what I've been doing for so long. So when other people see me and the things that I do, they're like, dang, that's crazy. But it's like, shoot, I've been lifting for 20 years, or whatever it is, 17 years out here. So this is just what I do at this point.
What's some of your PR numbers, man? Bench and squat.
Yeah, the most I've ever benched was 380. I feel like the most impressive stuff I've done isn't like I mean, that's not bad, but it's not like the actual numbers. I weighed in 195 too. I'm not the biggest guy.
380 is actually good. Okay,
it's not bad. It's not.
No.
Well, I mean, you guys got to remember who I'm around. Like, I'm around these 300-pound dudes that will bench 400 a few times for their third set of 5. So that's it's a perspective thing. But like for me, I'm like repping like 4 reps of like 1-arm pull-ups, right? Like things like that. Like I'm doing pull-ups with someone on my back, right? Doing push-ups with people on my back, doing squats with someone on the bar, and the weight like 315 on the bar, and doing stuff like that. So just doing crazy stuff. Just to have some fun with it, doing some like crazy jumping things. And so I always like to kind of put some twist to these workouts, even though it's still a lot of weight for general people that aren't athletes and don't need to work out for a living. And so it still looks impressive to when people are doing it. Yeah,
that's heavy. Vaughn can't do a push-up with a son on his back.
There's no need. I don't want to get injured.
Like, for instance, like my little brother and I, we did a pull-up contest where you put a 45-pound plate and you let it hang, and you just get as many reps as you can, right? And busting out 19 reps, right, of just 45-pound plated pull-ups, things like that. And then I do this thing called like the 405 squat challenge, right? And you just squat 405 as many times as you can. Do like 13 reps of that, right? You just keep busting it out. And so like things like that. It's not necessarily that it's a crazy astronomical amount of weight, but it's like the amount of times, how you're doing it, right? It's you gotta get creative with the stuff.
That's a lot of time under tension, man. That's heavy for a lot of reps.
I'd be 0 for either one. Absolute 0. But hey, one of the things I was gonna ask, I know you probably get this a lot. Fantasy football. How annoying is it to have to?
It's not, bro. It's not. It's not annoying at all. Like,
really?
Not with your stats.
Well, here's the thing. Fantasy football, let's back up. There's about 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 fantasy football fans to every one Charger fan.
Yeah.
Right? So what does that mean? What does that matter? Well, most of my followers are sports bettors and fantasy football fans.
Yeah.
And so most of the people that are supporting me, following, right, donating my charity, right, jumping on my and buying my stuff from my app, all these people listening to me, all my stuff, like all my relevancy really lives, in the Chargers community, but in fantasy football. And it's global. No matter where I go, I will get recognized because, hey, I either bet on you or I had you on my fantasy football team. And so for me, it is the biggest opportunity that skill positions, especially starters, have in front of us as far as getting our message out there and building a reputation for ourselves. These are our biggest supporters, right? Even though it's different, right? Because it's not the organization they're supporting, but I love it better because they get to see my face. Right, they see my face. It's not me in a helmet. It's me like this.
Yeah.
You know, and they're picking up you. They see me, or they're going against me. Right. So I absolutely love fantasy football. I have my own fantasy football podcast during the season talking about fantasy because fantasy football is what has made the NFL, take these new heights that it's gotten to, right? Sure, we have all these TV deals and stuff like that, but now you got, Cindy, who's never watched a down in football ever in the office, who has a fantasy football team, and she's rooting for Austin Ekeler with the Chargers because she wants to beat Carl, right, that she's playing this week. I don't care about whoever wins, but she just wants to beat Carl, so she's rooting for Austin Ekeler,
Carl
It's like
sucks.
things like that, So
I guess
that's the reason I love fantasy.
I guess I should rephrase the question. How do you feel when you have a bad game in the fantasy world?
Oh yeah, well guess what? Look, I'm an athlete. Like I signed up for criticism. Like that is what it comes down to. But here's the thing. Nobody else outside of what's in my brain will push me harder than I will push myself. I don't care how critical you're getting of me. Like you will not ever be trying to push me the way I'm trying to push myself. So you could tell me I was the worst. I've had people tell me I should go die. I really don't care what you're saying because you won't push me more than I already know. If I had a bad game, I'm already hard on myself. I'm already coming back knowing I need to bounce back. I need to be better, more efficient, all that stuff. I'm already in that mindset no matter what the circumstance is. And so, look, I take it. Like, I take it. You call me whatever. I've had people say I need a roundhouse kick you in the jaw because I needed 2 more points. Like, bro, say what you want. Say what you want because you're not the one out there. I'm the one out there. I'm the one putting the work. I'm the one that you believed in the beginning. That's why you picked me because you believed in me. And just because I had a bad game, you're going to let me know. There's some toxic people out there. There's toxic people everywhere. You can't shake them, right? Does it get in my head? Absolutely not. I actually think it's kind of funny because these people just think that like, hey, like they could just say whatever to me, but really I know in real life they wouldn't. So for me, like there's more supporters, typically because I'm usually scoring you a shit ton of points. So usually there's not too many people mad at me, but yeah, every once in a while you get that.
All right, fine. You didn't have to say all that. I'll pick you first.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, you should probably pick me first. Yeah.
We'll pick you this year, Austin.
It'd be a good pick.
I got a direct line to you now. I'll be like, dude, come on, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Let me know. Let me know. You're damn right.
We're gonna come with heat too, trying to really piss you off. Just see if we can break you.
We're gonna get under his skin. You can try. That'd be impressive if you did.
Dude, I love that. Dude, I love that mentality, man. That is. I mean, it's addictive, dude. Like we said, you need to be a motivational speaker.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I mean, I think that I could play in the NFL right now.
Hey, it's simple but not easy, man. That's what it is.
Dude, man, all I gotta do is stretch a little bit.
Hey, so
There you go. Know what a 3 technique is. You're good.
So let's talk about your new thing, man. I know I want to talk. I want to know a little bit more. I had a Zoom call with you about it.
Yeah.
But your new app experiences, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's see what this is all about. Like I want to make sure people know about it. I signed up for it. I need to go. I need to get back with you and go maximize and put everything on it.
Yeah.
But I want you to talk about it, man.
So yeah, let's dive into it. As you kind of heard me talk, especially all the things I'm involved in with the foundation, with experience, kind of just like the motivational stuff I put out there, and how I told you I evaluate right success, right, how many lives I can positively impact. That's exactly where experience, the idea of experience started from. Was like, people want access to me. Like, we have fans, right? And guess what? How do we usually utilize our fans, right? Well, it's usually, like a podcast, something like this, or maybe it's a brand deal because people want to, utilize your likeness and bring your likeness over to their product. Well, it's like, how do we utilize our likeness, right? And in the most efficient way where we can kind of turn it off, turn it on. And for me, it was like through small experiences, right? Through video chats, through personalized video, through signing things, right? Through maybe it's, some type of exclusive content, maybe it's gaming, right? So I put all these different experiences in one place where you can build out a menu of what you're willing to offer to your fans. And so a big one that I got was, hey, Austin, I want you to sign my jersey. Well, there's no way you can get your jersey signed, and so what did I do? So I built a way for people to get their jersey signed now. Now they can buy it through experience, send it in, and it eventually ends up on my doorstep with a return address back to them, and I can sign it for them. And so what it is, like I said, it's a menu of Austin Ekeler, of whoever is on there, right? Whether it's yourself, you're going to put, hey, I'll do a video chat, right? I'll do a personalized video. I'll do a sign my stuff. Maybe I'll do a social media engagement, right? I've had people like buy DM replies and ask me questions, right? And so you can get in there and you can see this menu. And basically it's a way for us to offer this access that people are desiring, because people probably don't care about your 15% off link to some sponsor over here. Like they want to hang out with you. Like they would rather interact with you, right? Because that's going to be more meaningful to them. They're a fan of you. They're not a fan of brand paper towels, whatever it is over there, or whatever the damn name is. But so that's what Experience is. It's a platform for engagement, and it's been amazing. I've done like 300 engagements ever since we've launched, and it kind of just proved the point of the need for this type of thing. And there's other platforms out there like this, but they're like really singular, right? There's like Cameo, where it's like you can do a personalized video, and it's like more so like a one-off type of thing. Where this is like a community, like where people come back because there's so many different offerings. They're like, oh, I want to do this now. I want to do this, or I might buy that one again because I like to do the video chat for 3 minutes, and getting to talk to Austin and actually see his face and ask him a question. So that's what Experience is. And right now we have 6 different offerings. I already have 4 more in the pipeline that we'll build out. And so that's the goal, is to continue to build out the most interactive platform for influential people and their fans to connect on.
So it's like their G version of OnlyFans.
In a way, but more personal.
Yeah.
More personal. Yeah, because it's actually interactions, like you actually get to talk to me, I don't know what's going on over there.
I love the sign you sign a jersey thing, because like I said, besides them trying to catch you at a game, which you're getting off the field, it's not like it's easy to get a signature at a pro game with any sport, because it's just these guys they're working, man. You get it. So that's a really cool
even going further than that, like I do a signing a couple times a year, and so it's like I'll do them in like random places like Texas or Virginia, and it's like, what about the people in Oregon and the people over here? And here's the thing. Let's go back to fantasy football. Most of my fans are fantasy football fans, and so they still rep, Austin Ekeler gear, or they have like a jersey or a poster or even like a trophy they want to get signed.
Except for Carl.
Yeah.
Except for Carl. Yeah, Carl Sydney's gonna beat your ass. But it's like people, to get access to those people, like how do I do that, right? And so that's exactly why I built the app. And I knew I'm not the only person out here with social media. We have fans all over the nation. And so like even like the Dale Not Dale podcast could start its own experience profile, right? Where you have fans that are fans of the podcast, right? Do stuff and interact with both of you, things like that, right? So it's really just a platform for people to utilize to do interactions.
That is awesome.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. It's a great idea, and then talking with you. And the cool thing is you're passionate about it. So, like I said, that's going to help drive this to be successful for you. I know that.
Yeah, that's the goal anyway.
Can I send you an AJ Dillon jersey and you sign your name on it?
Technically, you could, but I'd be questioning. I'd be calling you up like, is this the right one? I'm not AJ Dillon.
Sign it, Austin Ekeler, DBA. AJ Dillon, do it.
Or you can even say something bad about AJ Dillon. Just put your name on it.
That's my guy.
We'll sell it to him.
Yeah. No, man. Like I said, dude, we appreciate you coming on. Anything else you want to?
No,
dude, we covered a lot, man. Like I said, you've been a great. I think this is gonna be a great for people to see. One, because dude, I'm saying you're super positive, which I like, and motivational, and so.
Ooh! I always interrupt people because I don't want to say I'm super positive, but I think I'm super forward looking.
Okay,
right? It's not all positive. It's not all positive out here. Like there's shit where you get punched in the face, right? Yep. You gotta feel negative, and you gotta use that as energy, right? But forward looking.
You're a realist.
I mean, like I said, hey, that's part of it, man. Like I said, I like what you had to say. You're super motivational, man. Like I said, we're gonna try for the NFL soon.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Let's go, boys.
For me, one thing that this interview's kind of done too is you as a football fan, you are on the field. So you're and I say it's judging. I mean, that's what it is. Fans are judging how well you do on a field, right? There's not, you have interviews on ESPN and things like that, but you don't really understand the person. I think for me, within these interviews, like I can understand the person now. So I'm even more of a fan than I was
correct.
just by having a conversation with you. And,
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
And I'm coming for your job. So
Yeah, so we single-handedly helping you get more fans because we've
Yeah, there you go. Hey, look, you coming from my job's nothing different. Like I tell the rookies and I tell my running back room every single year, you better be trying to take my job because you're not going to take my job. But I need you to push me to feel like you're going to try to take my job, right? And so it's that fire, man. Fire, iron sharpens iron, right? That type of mentality. And so please, with all means, come try to take my job.
Dale and I are about to go tackle each other in the front yard.
We're gonna be like Wart Dunn, and I'll be Mike Allstott. I'm the big boy.
I want to be Danny Woodhead.
Well, I appreciate you guys bringing me on, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for your time, man. I'll hit you up, let you know we'll get this lined up for air. Start following social media, but I'll tag you when we get this on. So hopefully, man, you can share it out for us if you can.
Likewise.
If you don't mind, man. But we appreciate it, man. We're definitely we're bigger Austin Ekeler fans after the day for sure, man. I hope people listening will be the same.
Appreciate it, man. Hey, and if there's anyone else on Experience that you want to reach out to, if you want to reach out to them, that's what we have. We're starting the community side of Experience too, where I kind of want everyone to not feel like opposed to reaching out about any of our talent on there. Kind of want to feel like an immersive community. So if you have anyone on there you're interested in, let me know. We can reach out for you, man.
Awesome, man.
Perfect.
Appreciate it.
Well, thanks for your time, Austin, man. Go kill it, man.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
All righty, boys.
All right,
bro.
see ya.
Bye.